Hey guys, what is going on? Jason here with my old friend Carla Marie. I think this is her third time on the show, and we're doing it a little bit different this time. We're actually doing a live hangout, kind of switching things up a little bit on Friday. So getting a little bit crazy here. Hopefully, we'll get some people rolling in and asking some questions. So, how's it going? You just got back from Mexico, right?
Good. Yeah, I was there for a week. Got back, when did I get back? Monday. So, yeah, adjusting back to the Saskatchewan cold. But
So what
yeah, it's
what
good.
was the temperature in Mexico? And I know you guys use like Celsius, so we're in America. We're still
Yeah.
like in the dark ages. So what was the temperature there?
So in Mexico, it was like, 28 to 30 Celsius every day. And now I'm back into like minus 10, which actually isn't bad for Saskatchewan. Could be a lot worse. So,
Right,
and it's sunny, so I can't complain.
that's good. Yeah, I
Mhm.
totally. I'm down here in Austin now, so it's pretty warm, but it's probably not as warm as Mexico. So you've been doing that, and you said you were working a little bit. You're like grabbing a beer, doing some work, and then kind of.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it was great. Worked for a couple of hours, then go and walk around, have a drink, go back to work. And my partner, he's also in online business now too. And so we're both kind of on the same page with that sort of
Cool.
schedule. So yeah.
Cool. And what does he do the same thing as you, or is he into
Yeah.
something different?
Yeah, no, he's gotten into Kindle publishing too. Actually, pretty late to the game considering he's living in the same house as me. He
Yeah.
only started publishing in November.
Well, he's got a good coach and someone to help him out with that. So that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
hopefully you don't charge him too much to go through the training
No,
program.
it's a pretty good deal.
That's good. Cool. So he's doing that. So you guys are kind of both working together and that's kind of
Mhm.
neat. So
Yeah.
so wow. So gosh, I don't know. The last time we left off, you were still doing the fiction stuff, and you're still doing it, right? You're still publishing a bunch of books.
I am. Yeah, still doing the fiction thing. It's going really well. I spend a lot of my time now working with other people, doing coaching, helping other people improve their publishing businesses. So that's something that I love, and I spend most of my time doing that now because my Kindle publishing business is essentially all automated to a virtual assistant. So I get to spend my time really being present, helping people.
That's cool. And
Mhm.
how many hours a week are you doing your online coaching?
The coaching?
Uh,
Well, I just started with a new group at the beginning of the month, and I've shifted it now that I have video modules for them, and then I have the Facebook group, and we meet once a week for Q&A. But every day I'm on the Facebook almost constantly, answering emails, all that kind of stuff. So I'm putting in a good few hours a day into the coaching in helping people, and then once a week we're going to meet for an hour and a half to go over a question and answer. So like it's a month-long program, and so I'm really committed to everybody for that month to get everyone on track to get their business to a place where they can be profitable and it can grow.
I've talked to quite a few people that have went through it and have success, like a personal friend Kelly Roberts, and then Tim Knox, and then I'm sure a lot of other people I'm forgetting, but I've just recently talked to Tim on the show, and he's an
Yeah, love
interesting
them.
character, and so you helped him out few or four like 3 months ago, right?
Yeah, he was in my September group, and
Cool.
yeah, he's doing awesome. And it's interesting. I've noticed kind of a general quality that is common to people who do really well, and it's that they ask a lot of questions. So if you're one of those people that asks a lot of questions and you feel bad about it, or you get people like being like, "Don't ask so many questions, just forget about it and keep asking questions," because that those people are the people that are really like succeeding now and having amazing results.
Well, like they say, like if someone has a question, odds are someone else has it. They're
Yeah,
like nervous to ask it. So
exactly.
so you're still doing that. That's cool. Do we want to talk about the project that you're working on? Is that something that we want to get into?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we
Okay.
can get into it. So I don't have the website is almost ready to be live, so
Yeah.
stay tuned. But I'm since last summer I've been working on writing. kind of a writing services platform called Sparkwrite. And so essentially it's going to function the same way Upwork does. And so there'll be clients who are publishers, bloggers, anyone that needs written work done for them on a regular basis, and then freelance writers. And it's going to function like a matchmaking site where the client posts their job, the freelancers apply. But the difference between what I'm doing and Upwork is that all of the freelance writers will be native English speaking. All of them are going to be experienced, and all of them have to go through an interview process and actually have to apply to have a profile. No, like just not anyone can just like apply or throw a profile up there. So everyone's going to be vetted on there. And so my aim with this is to have really high quality writers there, and for people to find the writers they need for their jobs that are going to be serious. And the good thing about it too for the writers is that the clients are going to be paying a monthly membership fee to be there. And because there's that membership fee, you know that the clients are going to be serious too, and there isn't going to be a commission taken off of every contract. So if you're getting a lot of assignments or a lot of work done by a writer every month, it'll actually be a better deal than Upwork. So you're not having to pay that 10% commission to Upwork, or I guess they're basically the only site now, like, because Elance is kind of no longer, right? So
no, I think they've merged. Elance and Odesk merged together into Upwork, and which is fine. It kind of streamlines it. But I know there's some other services out there that are writing services, but from what I've experienced and other people that I've known, they've had some bad experiences with those.
Definitely.
So
yeah, me too. And that's why, because of my own experiences with writing services and getting writers on the currently available platforms, and also what I've heard from everybody else in this space, like finding writers is a real challenge for people. And so I wanted to create something where it would be easier to find really high quality writers, and also on a platform, on a sort of community where there's going to be more content given to the client too. So it's not just like you're not just going to go there for writers. They'll have people like me contributing content to you regularly, just adding value in. So I'm trying to create a more of a community feel to it, and I think it's going to organically develop in that direction. But yeah, so it should we should be doing beta testing in a few weeks, and then launching hopefully end of March. Maybe that's optimistic.
It's a massive undertaking. I know it's a massive undertaking.
It's huge. Yeah.
I mean, I've done online courses before, but you're doing an actual like user, hiring, and so what are some of the things you've learned throughout this whole process of starting Sparkwrite?
I've realized that everything takes more time and more money and more knowledge than you initially think it will.
Right.
So when I first started, I first had the idea for this back in, I believe, July. And so that's when I started to kind of look around for hiring website developers and everything. And so I hired somebody, and it just ended up being a much longer process than I anticipated, and both on my end and on his end. And then I hired a full-time project manager, and we were both like, yeah, we'll launch in January. No, that didn't happen. So we're still working towards that, just, because things come up. But it's been really interesting for me to go through the process of jumping into something where I feel like I really don't know what I'm doing either. So it's been interesting, to say the least, but exciting. And I think that it's going to be something that can really add value to people. So
yeah, I like it. I mean, that like the one that I don't even remember the name of them, but I mean, you would send stuff to them, and just you could be waiting months if you got anything back. If you got something back that if you did get something back, the quality wasn't there. So like, I mean, I'm excited to see it, because I think for me personally, like whether I'm doing books or like, I'm sure you handle like blog content or like other things too, right? Just other than books.
Yeah, exactly. So if you need email marketing campaigns, if you need copywriting for anything, you need to get some kind of material written up, anything that you require written work for, that is going to be available to you through this. So you'll be able to find good writers. So I'm excited about it. And I think because of the fact I'm in the publishing world, there will probably be a lot of publishers on there and a lot of ebook writers.
Right.
But I'm looking to expand beyond that to just people that need written content in general. Because I mean, that's something that's really not going to go away. It's only going to grow, right? So.
Right. No,
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting. So you've got your hands full. You've got a lot of stuff going on in your business and everything like that. But it seems like you're handling it pretty well. And shifting gears a little bit back to Kindle, I'm sure you've got your kind of ear to the ground. I know Kindle just changed up their algorithm, or I don't know if that's a word, but for the Kindle KENP 2.0, right? Is that what that is?
That's right. Yeah, 2.0. So
can you shed a little light on what that is going to entail?
Sure. Yeah, I think, well, their intention with it is to level the playing field. So as most of people who are publishers probably know this already, but Kindle Unlimited program, last summer it changed so that writers are now paid by the page read when people borrow their books through the Kindle Unlimited program. And so in the past few months, there has been an excessive number of pages read in the program, I believe, and that's what's prompted KDP Kindle to change it so that there's a maximum of 3,000 pages paid out per download or per title per customer. And they've changed it so that anything that gave you an edge before with regards to formatting, so if you're doing special things with your margins or spacing or font size or anything, because before you could do things like that and it would give you an edge, it would make your page count higher, right?
Right.
And so now those things don't make your page count higher. It's leveled the playing field. So most people, they have found that the length of their books has decreased now in the Kindle store in the KENPC count, so in the Kindle Unlimited count. But a few people I've heard of have actually had gains in pages.
I've heard of that.
That's rare. It's rare. Most people have lost pages.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculation now. They're like, well, what's going to happen with the per page payout? Does this mean that Kindle's going to pay more per page read? And who knows? We have to wait to see. That's the thing. And that's the interesting thing about Kindle throughout this whole process in the past few years that I found, like being a publisher there, you really don't get very much information until it's actually like delivered. So we don't know what the per page payout is going to be. All we have is an estimate based on what the most recent one was. And the most recent per page payout was 0.0046 cents per page.
Just got to adjust. You can't, it's like anything else, man. You never, like business, life, anything is always an adjustment. Like nothing is going to stay the same. Like
nothing ever. That's the thing. Being an online business is like life lesson after life lesson. It's like a lesson in non-attachment. Don't attach yourself to the highs. Don't attach yourself to the lows. You just have to like ride it out and flow with it, right? Like that's all you can do. And so I'm getting a lot better at that. I used to like, you know, if I saw my sales dip down for a day, I'd have this feeling in my stomach like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And now I'm just like, whatever, it's a day. Let's just carry on, right? So
you can't, I mean, you can change it effectively by working, but like, I mean, if there's an algorithm change or a rule change, I mean, like, what are you going to do? So, like a lot of people, I mean, and you know, it's income, so you freak out, but like, I mean, to look at, you know, like Apple, like they have to continue to put out good stuff. Like they can't just like, oh, we put out the iPhone 6, like, okay, we're done. Like we got to keep doing stuff, you know? So like the same thing with our businesses. If you're an online business owner, like you got to keep working, you got to keep putting the work in and keep transforming your business. So
definitely.
So that's cool. So I want to talk a little bit, kind of go back off like the business stuff. So like you were a yoga instructor and we talked about that before. Are you still doing yoga?
Oh yeah. I'm enjoying being a yoga student now. So I go to classes a few times a week with some teachers locally here that I really like. And I'm enjoying that. I really like it. But yoga and meditation, like I meditate every day. Like that is part of my basic well-being. Is I have to meditate in the morning. I have morning ritual of meditation, journaling, gratitudes, and my yoga ties in with that, of course. But yeah, I go to yoga a few times a week, especially because my job now is very sedentary. Not my job, my business.
Right, for sure.
I don't have a job. What am I talking about? my business is sedentary, so I'm sitting a lot. I can stand and work too, but that's why I'm feeling that I have to, like, yoga and going for runs on the treadmill, doing that stuff regularly is absolutely necessary for my well-being. So
What kind of, I want to go back to the meditation thing, but what kind of yoga are you practicing?
Sure. So I go to a couple of different classes. I go to a vinyasa class, which is like a flow class. I go to a class with a local teacher here who's really great. Brings a lot of philosophy into it, but he's like basically Iyengar style. So really focusing on alignment and really bringing your awareness into like subtle little movements and positions of the muscles and bones in your body as you're doing things. So that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, vinyasa, hatha yoga, basically, which is more of I guess traditional postures. Like I don't do hot yoga or Bikram or Ashtanga or anything like that. And not that anything's wrong with those things if you're into them, but it's just not my thing. So
I actually, the reason I'm bringing this up a little bit too is I signed up for a Bikram yoga class or Bikram yoga like trial for like 30 days. So I'm going to be doing that hopefully pretty soon. But
cool.
I think it's like 105 degrees in there. And then like, so it's funny down here in Austin, like there's stuff everywhere. And like I actually went to what they call like an isolation flotation tank.
Oh, cool. Like sensory deprivation.
Yeah, I did one of those for the first time, which is pretty interesting in within itself. And that's a whole nother episode. But like I went into there for an hour and in the same like shopping mall thing, I walked right out and I signed up for this Bikram yoga class. And the chick was like, "You seem really relaxed. Are you here for class?" I'm like, "No, I just got out of a deprivation tank." And, she's like, "Well, it wouldn't be a good idea for you to start today because like you're probably going to get shocked from going to that to the hot." But I want to give it a shot. I mean, because I know that like obviously yoga has so many different benefits to your body and your mind, and I mean you could go on and on for that. So so you're doing that, and then the meditation. What do you do? Are you doing like transcendental meditation?
No, I started meditating, I guess, regularly about 11 years ago. And the meditation I do is pretty specific. It's basically bringing your awareness and your breath and visualization to different parts of your subtle body. So like chakras, sort of a thing. And then doing breath work. So moving my breath like through my body. I know this probably sounds really kind of wacky to a lot of people if you've never, don't have any experience with meditation, but I find is that what the most important thing with meditation is you find something, even if it's just focusing on your breath for starting with 5 minutes and then expanding to like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, doing something where you can bring yourself completely aware to the present moment. So that is basically the focus of meditation and the purpose of it. So some people are like, "Oh, I can't meditate. I can't turn my brain off." No, that's okay. You can still meditate. And you being aware that your brain is working and that your thoughts are going, that is meditation, bringing you to the fact that you're aware of this process and that you are actually not the thoughts, that you're something behind the thoughts. So that's what meditation is, bringing yourself into that place of awareness. So yeah, I'll give you a quick recommendation for meditation if you've never done it before. Just sit quietly. You can close your eyes, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on the floor, whatever, and then just count your breaths from 1 to 10. Like every time you exhale, count 1, 2, 3 to 10, start back at 1. Just do that over and over. You can even set the timer on your watch for like 5 minutes and just see what happens. Just notice and observe, feel. And if you find yourself getting distracted and you're like, "Oh, I'm not counting anymore," just go back to 1 and start all over again. Just doing that is so simple, but can be so powerful to reset yourself, to bring yourself back to that place of having an empty mind, an empty space, and kind of get rid of that clutter, right? So because our minds get really, really cluttered with a lot of stuff, especially now with like so much technology and things happening so quickly. And yeah, do you meditate?
I do. I went through a transcendental meditation course.
Cool.
And are you familiar with that?
Somewhat, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
tons about it.
It's just a
Yeah.
different form of it. And so I went through it, and yeah, I mean, it's the one thing that, kind of going what you're saying is like the meditation for me isn't like it's that you get benefit while you're doing it, but like it's the after effect, like
Yes.
during your day-to-day life when like things come up, like you're, in my opinion, able to handle it better because you can be still in that moment. And your
Yeah.
brain, you're training your brain to be quiet, and knowing that you're not your brain, like your brain's a part of you, but like like and it's a process too. Like it's like working out. Like the first day you meditate, you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to be thinking about like something somebody said to you in third grade. But you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's just gonna happen in the thoughts, but you need to have those like thoughts come up. And as you continue, and you've been doing it for 11 years, so you should probably talk
Yeah.
about it more than me. But yeah, I mean, as you get in studies, and they've shown people that have meditated for 10, 5, 11 years have proven to have better stress mechanisms and able to handle things. So I'm sure that's
Yeah.
helped you in your business as well, too, all that.
Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah, and I notice, I mean, some humans or some days or some phases in life where I fall off the wagon and I go for a while without meditating, and I notice that I'm like, the way I react to situations is different.
Right.
I'm way more reactive rather than responsive, and things just get more irritated. So it's like, you want to be happier? Try meditation. Try meditating for 20 minutes. Well, that's even long if you're starting. 10 minutes a day. First thing in the morning, set your alarm 10 minutes earlier and meditate for 10 minutes and see how your day feels after that.
I think Russell Simmons said, like, if you don't have 20 minutes, you need like 2 hours to meditate. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like you get, like you should do it. Yeah. And like anything else, like you got it. It's like going to the gym. You just got to do it. Get in the habit of doing it. Like TM, they teach you to, they teach you to do it like 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. But
yes,
I mean, if I get one session in, then I'm definitely doing better. So
definitely. And that's the thing, and not to beat yourself up over it, just like, like you said, get into the routine, have it be part of your habit. And so mornings, I do meditation in the mornings, like a simple breathing, or like I was telling you about the meditation I do. And then in the night, I do journaling again, and I listen to visualizations in the night. So like I listen to audio, guided visualizations for goal setting and things like that. And I've been doing that for a few years, and it's been pretty amazing.
Where can they find that at? Is that something that you've downloaded, or is that like a program?
No, it's just from YouTube, actually. I found a really great YouTube video I like. And but I have a lot of people asking me about, I mean, I talk about goal setting a lot to people in general. Like it's something I really believe in strongly. And to my clients and my coaching, we talk about goal setting and goal setting practices a lot. And so I'm thinking I'll probably do an audio myself at some point and put it on YouTube. I don't have a YouTube channel yet or anything, but I think that might be a good way to start it.
Yeah, what are you waiting for? Like you're
I don't know what I'm waiting for. So.
Do you not want, like a lot of people, like when you talk to them, I mean, especially in your position, like you've had a massive amount of success without YouTube, and you're not a big social media person, right? Like you're not pounding on Twitter or Instagram, are you?
Not at all. Yeah, I'm totally not. It's not in my personality too, but now I'm starting to realize, I'm like, wow, I have actually a lot that I think could help people in general with mindset kind of stuff. So I think that a YouTube channel is going to be my first jump into visibility. Cool. So the only way I've been visible is through your interviews. So
I know people are you're getting a ton of views on them. So definitely get your channel up. I mean, just just do it. I mean, like so many people are like, oh, I gotta have the perfect camera, and it's like, no, it doesn't matter. Like just get anything going, because there's been films that have like $20 million budgets that have great cameras and they suck. You know what I mean? So it's all about what you're saying. So the meditations or the guided goal setting things, you just type in like guided goal setting on YouTube.
Look up like visualizations. I can't remember what it's under. Visualization for goal setting or manifestation or something like that. Some of them are like, look around, find one that speaks to you, because somehow, I mean, there's so much out there, right?
For sure. They're a little, some of them are a little.
That's good for you, but I'll kind of give you the kind of synopsis of the one that I listen to that I really like. So basically it guides you through visualizing what your goal is, like kind of feeling it and stating it to yourself, and then bringing that feeling of being at the place where you've already achieved it, bring that into the present moment and really feel it as your reality right now. So it's kind of taking the taking everything from an intellectual level into a feeling level. So, you know, you may be saying like, oh, I want to, I don't know. So you're like, oh, I want to go on a trip to Europe this year sometime. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's what I want to do. So what you would do, and I just pulled that out of the air, by the way. I'm like, I don't know what you want. So you take that goal and you would, you know, feel like, visualize yourself being in that place, what it'd feel like in your body, what it would look like. So really getting into an emotional feeling level, and that when you get to things on the feeling level, that is when it really gets into the subconscious, and that's where all the magic happens. So I'm actually reading Think and Grow Rich now again for like the 5th or 6th time, and it's really affirming all that for me. It's like, yes, we have to like get into the place where we're feeling it, we're thinking it. It's that's what is forming our reality.
My favorite story on that, kind of tying into that, is a dude that was like in prison for something for like 18 years or 20 years. I forget what it was. And like, he was a golfer who was not good before he went into prison. And then like each day, because he had nothing better to do, he would just like visualize himself playing 18 holes of golf. And then when he got out, he was like really good. Like he was great because like he went through the just every step of it. So yeah, I mean, like it works, you know. So
yeah, for sure. And yeah, amazing, like feeling it and yeah, like kind of knowing it in your body. Along those same lines, I read a research study once about people, they took say like 20 people and they put them in cast, like one of their arms in a cast. So they couldn't, their wrist was totally immobile. Mm-hmm. And then half the people, they're just like, yeah, you're in a cast for 5 weeks or whatever, that's it, you deal with it. The other people, daily for a certain amount of time, they had those people visualize and feel like they're moving their hand and moving their wrist. And the people, when they took the cast off, the people that did the visualization and that exercise where they were like imagining and feeling that they were moving their hand, had substantially, significantly more mobility than the people that didn't.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need to get, like, I always tell people, like, when I'm on these calls, like, I learn just as much as the people watching. Like, the fact that I've got this, like, fancy little setup is because I interviewed some guy the other day. But, like, yeah, I mean, so, like, learning this stuff definitely is helpful. Because, you know, you get away from it, like, you know, you get so busy in your day-to-day life that you get away from, like, the stuff that I think gets you the happiness and success, you know? So definitely getting back into that. Cool. I'm gonna check those YouTube videos instead of like browsing YouTube video, like at night, like just messing around. I need to jump on those. One thing I downloaded, or not downloaded, it's a program, it's called Brain FM. They use, it's called biannual rhythms, I think. Have you heard of that?
Oh, binaural? Is that what it? Binaural beats?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Where like, you know, like when you're working, they have like a certain like beat, and then like if you're relaxing. But the interesting one was a sleeping one. Like they recommend that you, if you sleep with your earphones in, then like you're supposedly able to get a better quality of sleep. But there's a specific earphone, like these, like if I tried it with like these, and it's just like, it was more uncomfortable, but there's a specific earphone that I think that works, that doesn't interrupt your, you know, actually your head on a pillow. So
okay, cool. I should check that out because I often fall asleep with earphones in my
ears. Do you? Oh well, shoot, you should check.
Yeah, I do. Like
Brain FM.
Sometimes if I'm listening to the visualization stuff, I fall asleep. Not always, but I also sometimes listen to what are called yoga nidra, and so it's like a guided visualization that has you bring your attention into certain parts of your body and fully relax them. So it's an amazing way to relax your body to fall asleep. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I have problems turning my brain off if I've been working like all day. So doing a yoga nidra, like listening to yoga nidra at the end of the day, is really, really helpful.
Yeah, I was finding
myself. You can find that on YouTube too.
Yoga nidra. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. But I was finding myself like at night, if I would work too late, I would sometimes not have problems falling asleep, but like if I would wake up in the middle of the night, then it would be hard to get back to sleep because my brain would just go right back into problem solving mode. So like
Oh yeah.
taking that hour after, or an hour to just not be on the computer or like not be doing anything work wise is like something that I have to do, or else I'm like not getting sleep. So
Yeah, me too. And I have problems with that sometimes.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
like, oh, I just have to check my email once more. You know. So,
It's not, and you know what? Another thing while we're on this, you've heard of flux, right? Like where you can actually like take the blue light out of your laptop or your computer.
no, I've never heard of
You
that.
need to
Really?
you need to download. It's called Flux,
Okay.
Flux, and basically what happens is like like when you're looking at your computer screen, it simulates the sunlight. Like and so like when you're looking at that at like 11 p.m. or whatever, your body is awake. So what Flux does, if
Yeah.
you install the app on, it's like free too. Like you install it on your computer, like it'll actually like make your screen look like a yellow hue. So it's almost like the sunset. And I've been using that,
That's
and
cool.
yeah,
Huh.
and so
Check
another
it out.
thing that's super dorky though is like these glasses. Like so if I'm on my iPad, I can't use Flux. So I have these like yellow sunglasses that block out the blue light. It's completely dorky and I look insane, but
You feel a difference though?
I feel a difference because like I was
Yeah.
noticing like if I'd be up working on my computer and just staring into and this is like research back too, like when you're looking at like blue light all night or like whatever, your body's melatonin levels decrease because it thinks it's
Right.
awake.
Yeah.
We're not biologically supposed to be like out in the sunlight at 11 p.m. But like when you're looking at
Yeah.
these bright screens, it makes you think you are. So what was interesting was, yeah, I got those glasses for like $20 and I'll have to do a video with them, but
Totally.
they've been
Well,
helping out.
yeah.
They've been helping out. So that's
Yeah.
cool. So you got a lot of good product, and that's one thing I'm always talking about. Like, yeah, the business stuff is great, and you can all, but like the lifestyle stuff, like the meditation, the yoga, which I find
Mm.
yoga basically like a meditation. Like,
It is. Yeah, yoga, I mean, traditionally, people practice yoga postures to condition their bodies to sit for long periods in meditation.
yeah,
That was the
and
purpose of yoga postures, was so that they could meditate.
wow, yeah, I didn't know that. So like when you're
Yeah.
holding the poses, like you have to take your brain to like a different area. Like you can't just be like thinking
Making a
about,
shopping list while you're doing your postures. No, you're
yeah,
like fully present with your breath. It's yoga's cool. It's very like, I feel like the way it is right now, it's like very much seen as just like a physical activity by a lot of people, but it's super, super deep, lots of levels to it. And once you get into it, if you're interested in it, it's like you can really learn a lot and go really deep into it. It's very
yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna have to break
Yeah.
out my Lululemon spandex and go down to my
Oh
class.
yeah, you gotta get those Lulus on.
God, those are like $8,000 pants, dude. I'm like, what is going on in the world, man? That's some
Oh my
cool,
God, I
comfy
know, it's
stuff.
funny.
What my old office was like above a yoga studio, and
Right.
it was pretty cool. But I mean, like, I'd go down there and like check the lobby out, and like they'd have stuff on sale for like $80 for like a pair of. What is? Gosh, I need to get into the yoga game, but
Yeah, not necessary. You don't
no.
need to wear $80 pants to do yoga.
No, you don't. You don't need those. So let's circle back. So now you're still doing your coaching. And is that still like you're doing it in waves, like in groups still?
Mhm. I am. I'm doing groups of 20 now. I think 20 per month I'll be doing. I did 20 this month. I'll do 20 in March. I was really considering, I'm like, maybe I should just like have a course and make it go super wide. But I realized I'm like, that's not really what I envision with this or what I want. I really enjoy getting to know a small group of people for a
Hmm.
period of time and helping them and making sure everyone's on the right path and giving everyone individual attention and everything. And I can do that with a group of 20. I can't do that if I sell everyone like a course just
Right.
randomly. So I'm enjoying the way it's going now. And I'm getting great feedback from people that they're really benefiting from it. And I'm getting amazing testimonials. And yeah, it's going great. So I'm going to continue on this path for a while of working with about 20 people a month.
And that's at Passion. I'll put the links down below, but
Yeah, sure.
passionsuccesspublishing.com, right? That's where they can
That's
find
right.
you.
Yeah, you can sign up for my list there. I'll be sending out a notice soon about upcoming. I actually have a waiting list for March, probably of almost 20 people.
Okay,
so,
cool. So you're booked up for March.
so yeah, it's good. It's pretty in demand, which is a nice place to be cheap. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, like a lot of people like I think you're definitely on the right track. Because a lot of people like, oh, like, oh, I'll do a course and that's cool. Like, but you're already having massive success doing what you're doing. So like if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Like just I think that's
yeah,
the right way to do it. So
yeah,
and then Spark, which that should be coming in I think you
yep.
said March and maybe April, depending on
Yeah, it'll be launched soon. And so I'll be getting the word out as soon as I can. We'll do the whole social media campaign with that and get the word out and get people well, first we have to get all the freelance writers on the site, and then we'll be doing some beta testing, and then it'll go live. So
and the
yeah.
website's not up, right? Not at the
For
moment.
Spark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not at the point where I want to be sharing it yet. So
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. And the YouTube
But
channel,
yeah.
the Karla Marie YouTube channel, when is that gonna be? When are you gonna make your first video? I'll put you on the spot.
Okay, I need to do that. How about I'll commit to doing at least a video sometime this month.
Okay.
I know that's not really a huge big deal, but it kind of is for me. I don't know, something about it. It's like getting me out of my comfort zone, but that's definitely where I need to go. And that's where everyone needs to go. Do something that makes you a little uncomfortable. See what happens.
You're definitely more comfortable in this interview. Like the first interview, definitely you could tell, and then now as we continue to do
Yeah,
this, like you're definitely more relaxed and just
for sure.
have fun with it. Like my biggest like thing, and I've talked about this before, like is like being yourself. Like I went through like, oh, I was watching all these guys, man, they got all this production value and like all this cool. I was like, no, dude, I can't do it. Like, like that's not me. So
No.
I tried it once and it didn't go over well. So.
No, it's just be yourself. That's what I think too. It's like, yeah, and I think that's why it's like kind of out of my personality to be like out there a lot. So that's why I haven't done it yet. And I don't have any sort of online presence at all, but we'll see. That might change.
Yeah, who knows? So I'll definitely shout the channel out and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
So
sure.
passionsuccesspublishing.com, Spark coming soon. Anything else
Yeah.
before we get going?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Thanks again for having me on the show. This was fun.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it. And you're welcome anytime. And if you guys want to get in touch with Karla, make sure you check the website out. Make sure you check her videos out sometime this month. We will be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
Goal setting going on or something cool. And thank you so much, Karla, for being on here. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.